Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Kay. I am the face behind this channel. And if you are returning Goldie, thank you so much, my love, for coming back. And if you are also seeing me for the first time and you're wondering who is this girl, my name is Goldies, and on this video, on this channel, we focus on opportunities abroad, teaching opportunities, caregiving opportunities, universities, scholarships, lifestyle vlogs, everything in between. And I'm so excited to be shooting this video today because I am going to be giving you the tea. I'm going to be giving you the steps that I took to get my job here in Vietnam. I am going to be sharing how my journey, which I think makes it easier for the next person who wants to follow, because they'll know the agency that I used, they'll know the steps that I took, and they'll know how long it took for me to get my job, everything. But yeah, so if you are, guys, we are back from bushfire. We are back from bushfire. Some of us were attending by spirit, and if you are attending physically and you were seeing so many people dressed well, looking nice, enjoying their life, and you were like, hi man, I want this for myself. I just want to afford a lot of things. And maybe currently your job does not allow you to, or maybe you just don't even have a job yet, you are looking for a job, or even you can afford but you just want a change of environment, you just want to move to a new country, but you've been looking for someone who is reliable, someone who will share information that is true, someone who will share their first-hand experience. Then you have stumbled on the right channel, because on this channel, that is all we focus on. We are just mere people trying to make the best out of life. We don't want to survive, we just want to experience life. That is what we do on this channel, and I'm happy to have you here, and I hope you choose to stay. And for you to choose to stay, you just have to click the subscribe button. It is free. YouTube doesn't cost you, but I appreciate it very much because it makes the family grow. Without wasting any more time, let me just get right into the video. So my name is Goldies, as I've already mentioned, and I've been teaching here in Vietnam for almost 7 months now. And I started my journey last year, December. So let's start. Which is the agency that I used? I used an agency called AVSE TEFL. I put a slide here. AVSE TEFL, what do they do? Okay, let's start by why did I choose to use an agency from the start. So I decided to choose an agency to be my way of leaving or exiting, because it gave me security. So moving to a new country, guys, you don't know anyone. Yes, here I know Kosi, but I always say this on my videos, she is so far away, which means I was moved. It's the same as moving to, let's say, maybe Cape Town, and you are maybe from Hlangano. I don't know the distance, but it's just, that's how far she is. It's two different cities that are very far to each other. And moving to Cape Town when you don't know anyone, Cape Town would be much nicer because you'd see a lot of people that look like you. But moving to a whole continent altogether, I always think it's best to move knowing where you are going, also knowing who will be who is expecting you, who will you meet, what will happen. So I chose an agency because I knew that upon arrival here in Vietnam, there was someone who was going to be picking me from the airport, someone who speaks the language, someone who is from here, who will know what to do. So that is why I chose an agency. So as I already mentioned, the agency that I chose was AVSE TEFL. So this agency, under my program, what happens is you pay for the course. So here you come to Vietnam for teaching, but before you start teaching, you have to do the TEFL program. So this company offers the TEFL program, and then after the TEFL or TEFL program, they help you with placement, with finding a job. So their primary focus is the TEFL certificate, or the TEFL. You are getting the certificate that now you are a certified teacher. That's their primary focus. But of course, because they know you've been taught, they'll help you find a job. So what happens is, what happened was, I came here through their program. Their program is 1 month. So you will be doing the TEFL certificate for 1 month, 1 full month. You will be going to class in the morning and going back to the house in the evening. It's like going to school every day for a full month. Going to school in the morning, going back home. Going to school in the morning, going back home. And I also chose this program because under this course, they offer free accommodation. So when you move to Vietnam, they'll offer you free accommodation for the duration of the course. So the course is 1 month, which means they'll offer you free accommodation for 1 month. Food you have to buy for yourself. You have to buy, but food here is very, very, very cheap. Food is very, very affordable, so it's not going to cost you much. Also, I chose them because with the free accommodation for 1 month and the course itself, you don't take the course on your own. You have a community, or rather other students that are taking the course. And if you have other students that are taking the course, it means you will meet other people that are on the same journey as you. When you meet the same people that are on the same journey as you, you are able to make friends. My OGs, my old goldies from day one from this channel know in the first few videos I had Kate and Amy, Kate is from New Zealand and Amy is from the UK. Those were the girls that we were doing the TESL course with. Obviously there were other boys, because I think on my program there were 8 of us, and we had people from Canada, New Zealand, Australia, India, Vietnam, and me. So that allowed us to create a community. I think you also saw on my New Year's, I spent majority of my time with them because I had made friendships. Unfortunately, because of the jobs now, we all got jobs in different cities, different locations, so we don't hang out as much. But that's the amazing part as well, that you will not be going through this program or this process alone. You will meet friends and you will make friends, and you'll have people that are on the same journey with you. I will share their details here. I will share their website here. Please go check them out on Facebook, because that's where they have most of the information. On Facebook, there's that part where there's their website. Go on their website. They offer the TEFL or TESL program in 2 different locations here in Vietnam and 1 in Cambodia. So for you to qualify for this AVSC TESL certificate, you have to have a bachelor's degree in any field, but you have to have a bachelor's degree. So if you have a bachelor's degree in law, you have a bachelor's degree in computer science, you have a bachelor's degree, it doesn't matter so long as it is a bachelor's degree. But if you have a diploma, then don't worry, you can also get the teaching job, but not here in Vietnam, but in Cambodia. So the AVSC program is also available in Cambodia, and I've met, I think, 2 Swazis already that are in Cambodia, and it's possible. It's definitely possible. They didn't go through the program, they went on a different path. But I know that there are sources that are teaching in Cambodia, which means if you go to Cambodia, you will not be alone. You'll be able to meet other Swazis. I can connect with them. I'm happy to do that as well. But yeah, that is all that I think I have to share. The cost of the program was, I would have to check again, but I'll put the prices here. I think it's $1,750 US. You can convert that to your ratio. On that cost, it includes the accommodation, it includes the certificates, and it includes the help with you securing a job after your program. It is also worth noting that during this course, you will also be doing in-class trainings. So before you finish your program, before you finish the course, you will then start teaching as practicals. That's where you will harness your skills. That's where you will be trained how to teach, because teaching here is different from the teaching that we know back home. Also, it is also it is worth noting that during the course, towards the end of the course, that's when they start, like, that's a bird, that's when they'll start posting your CVs to different schools. But what I would personally advise is that if you are taking this program, please make sure that when you get here, you start sending your own personal CVs as well. Not that they will not get you a job, they will, but because of libala lethu thina esikhathini lesiningi, njengoba nje ngibalile ekuqaleni ukuthi labantu lebengifunza nabo mina baqhamuka kumaphi emavi, so and ngisikhuluma masibomu Swati lana. so ngicabanga ke ukuthi nangabe sinebamfula abachamuka kulamave lawa bese sekuba nathi sesichamuka kuleli vele la kuba khona lokuthina seleti inkampani ticasha tibe nayo le first le preference ethi bafune naba labahlukile so udibeke emathubeni la setulu if wena utothi nofika la uqale uthi sendele wena lama CVs. Also, it is important that when you send your CVs, obviously you will not have your TEFL course by then, but you can add Guti currently taking my course at AVSC and I'll finish on this date, so I'm happy to start on this day. Do you understand? So when you get here, make sure that you start sending your CVs out as soon as you can, because as I've already mentioned, and also because the job market here is let me say it's intense. There's always a certain preference, and it's important to put yourself in the best possible situation. One of the best things that will put you at the most advantage here is if you are able to speak English well. That is one of the most critical things. You have to be able to speak English well. You have to be able to articulate yourself. You have to be able to teach. I always say that if you're applying for a job here and you feel like your English is not that good, start practicing now. We have, I think it's Duolingo and other platforms that you can learn English for free online just to practice your English, because here you will speak English 99% of your time. The only time you'll speak your own language is when you are speaking to your people from your WhatsApp, or when you have a YouTube channel, then you can come here and try to speak your language because you just miss it so much. But here English is the only and most language you'll be communicating in. So you have to make sure that you are able to speak, and you have to speak it well. Because even for the interviews that the schools will be conducting, you'll be having interviews with these people. They want to hear if they understand you. They want to hear if you can speak English. They want to hear if you'll be able to teach their kids. Do you understand? So their kids here want to know English. They want to learn English, and you have to be able to teach. So I'm asking and I'm begging you that if you want to come here and teach, make sure that you are starting to practice your English, and you are trying your best to just make the tongue used to speaking English. Work on the tongue. The tongue must find it easier to speak in the language. But also, what am I forgetting? I think I've mentioned the cost. I've mentioned that they provide accommodation. I've mentioned that food you have to buy for yourself, but it's also affordable. Oh, what happens after you finish the course? Obviously, I've mentioned that before the course finishes, you'll be starting your application process, your CVs. They will start, but you have to start earlier, so that by the time also you finish, you already have a job. Yes, with the school, sometimes it happens that whilst they are sending your CVs, by the time the program is up, you still haven't signed a contract yet. Maybe you are still doing some interviews. So you will have to have a bit of money to be able to rent maybe an apartment, or stay at a hotel, or stay at a hostel here whilst you are still waiting for your job to come through, whilst you are still waiting for a school to hire you. So you should have extra money when you are coming here. Money for food, money for that maybe first month or 2 months before you get a job, or even when you have a job. Also, guys, it is worth noting that here, when you are coming here in Vietnam, you'll come through a tourist visa, which lasts for 3 months. So if you don't get a job by 3 months, you will have to do a visa run. But I will explain that in the next video, because I don't want to make this too intense. I don't want to add too much information. For now, I just want you to know the agency that I use, and I want to tell you I highly recommend it, because coming here, as much as I was sad leaving home, leaving my family, but I was secure knowing that someone is going to be fetching me from the airport. They are going to take me to my room, and also apart from taking me to the room, I'll also be meeting other people that are coming here to teach, and I'll make friendships. So that makes life a bit easier. That made it easier. That made the transition slightly easier for me, and I think I would want the same for you. Once you have found your feet here, then that's when you can then branch out and say, okay, you know what, maybe the job that I started at is not ideally paying me well, or it's not ideally in the location that I want, or is not ideally what I want. Maybe I want to move to another city, but the starting area is that you will come here knowing that you are secured, knowing that someone is fetching you, you will be trained well, you can even teach because you've been trained. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but if I am, please comment down below, send your questions down below. Please also, if you haven't joined the WhatsApp group yet, I have a WhatsApp group where I share all the information, the opportunities, and it's easier communicating there than communicating here. Please comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll share the link to the WhatsApp group. But I hope this video was useful. I hope you have found some information that will help you as you are applying for the jobs, as you are taking the next steps in your life. And if you have not subscribed yet, I hope you do choose to subscribe. I would love to have you being part of the Goldies family. And if you have subscribed and you are constantly watching, constantly supporting me on my channel, I really want to say that I am appreciative and I thank you so much. And we are starting the new month now. We are in June, and I want to encourage you that life will only be what you make out of it. Life will not automatically be the best if you are not making the right steps for yourself. I always say that the life that you want for yourself is only the gap between the life that you want and you is the steps that you have to take in between. If you want to have a soft life, if you want to live well, but you're not doing anything now, I don't think it's going to work out. But if you know that you know what, I want to afford, I want to be able to send money at home, I want to be able to take care of my kids at home, I want to be able to do A, B, C, and D. Sometimes it does require you to take the uncomfortable steps. It's really uncomfortable at first. I think on my previous video I did share with you guys that when I moved here on the plane, I was even crying. Not crying good, I was sad good, oh my god, where am I going? But I was crying tears of gratitude that God, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful to be going and starting a new life for myself. But I'm also a bit sad because my family is back home and I miss them. And I should tell you, this for me has been the greatest decision I've ever made. I'm happy, with the decision that I've made. I'm happy I took the decision, and I'm happy that it's that I'm also able to share with others that want to take the same decision as well. I hope you have found this video useful. I hope you decide to take the leap of faith. Before, yes, I almost forgot. This is the part that I wanted to say. As you will see here, they always have different intakes in different months. So it means that there's always an intake, but make sure that you apply at the right time. What do I mean by that? There's a peak hiring season here, which is normally July, August, September. So if you structure your program to finish around that time, it puts you at a better advantage because they'll be hiring at a place where you are here. But if you apply maybe when the hiring season is not as much, the opportunities are not as much, it's always a bit difficult. So make sure that when you are deciding on when to move here, you also pay attention to the peak period, the season, what time is it here, what will be happening at that time. And yeah, I hope this video has been useful. I will see you on my next one, which is very soon. For now, from me to you, bye.